Good morning, everybody. Okay, good morning, everybody. This is Moto Tumita. I'm the Regional Director for International Recruitment. Thank you so much for taking the time to find out a little bit more about our University of Hawaii at Manoa. I would like to share the next 30-40 minutes going over what makes our school very distinctive and unique. Now, right now, there are over 4,200 universities around the United States, but I think it's important for you to shop around. But at the end, I hope that you will choose our wonderful university. Now, let me just screen share. Okay, we are, for those of you who have never been to Hawaii, we are located on the beautiful island of Oahu. Oahu is populated by over 95% of the entire population of the state of Hawaii. So you may have heard before about the famous Waikiki Beach and Diamond Head and so forth. But as you can see, here we go. This is the Diamond Head, and Waikiki is just down here to the right. So we are located about 2.5 kilometers away. And as you can see over here, our campus is green and lush. And one of the reasons for that is despite how blue the sky and the wonderful white clouds are that you see up in the sky, it rains many days for only about 10 minutes. And if you look around, you'll notice that other students don't have umbrellas. So why is that? It's because they know that the rain will stop. All right, so after the rain stops, it nourishes our beautiful flora and greenery. And then you will see multiple rainbows right above your head. And that's how your day begins. That's pretty cool, I think. All right. Now, I had mentioned that we are the flagship of 10 different universities and community colleges of the UH system. And let me talk about the student body. We are currently up to about 18,000 students for our Manoa campus, and our remaining 9 campuses also consists of about 17,000. So we are mid-size by US standards. For a student body, about 66% of our student population is from our local. So they do commute. About 27% are from the continental US, and about 7%, we have gone up since this last photo, this statistics, I should say. So I hope if we can increase even more international students to bring it up to about 10, that would be wonderful. Right? For the number of countries. Yeah.
Moto, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt. Your screen is not sharing, so we're not able to see what you're sharing with us right now.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So sorry, everybody. We're having a little bit of technical issues this morning on both of our sides. Moto is going to continue to talk with you in a second, but if you should have any questions throughout today's webinar, you can go ahead and you can access the Q&A and put your questions there. and he will do his best to answer them towards the end of our session. Thank you, Moto.
Thank you. Okay, I hope everybody can see this now. Sorry about that. So our international count is about 135 countries and regions are represented. And for the SAT and ACT, due to the COVID-19 situation for the next 2 years, it has become optional. So this particular statistic right here will not apply for those of you that will be submitting applications for next year and the year after, okay? But however, the typical resume out of the American 4.0 GPA scale is about at 3.5. Now let's talk about what distinguishes us, the University of Hawaii at Manoa. Number one, we work very closely with NASA and also have affiliations with Japan's JAXA. We have a team of scientists that really hold the longest Earth-based Mars simulation in the United States. It was close to 1 year, 365 days, where they simulated how the Mars exploration will be. And this has a tremendous credibility toward the study of mankind when we're able to fly to Mars. For the Hawaii Space Flight Laboratory, we're the only university in the world to have both satellite and direct access to orbital space. It is my understanding that our engineering team, they do very well in the rocket launching contest every year. We are also invited to parts of Asia like Japan and Korea, where we represent our school in the Killer Bots competition. For the Hawaii Institute of Astronomy, we are the world's first known interstellar visitor passing through the solar sky, where basically for NASA, they only navigate about 2 to 3% of the entire sky. And as you know, the sky is very big. So the remaining, they are constantly monitored by higher education like ours, and also foreign governments and private citizens. So I will show you a screen later on as to how our telescopes look. We are one of the very few in the world that possess such a telescope. The UH Academy for Creative Media System. We have the best hybrid data visualization system in the world. This is very important as our world becomes smaller and smaller. Creative media is a fascinating field where I do encourage for those that are interested in creating new types of media for the masses. Department of East Asian Languages and Literature. We are really the linguistic powerhouse of the Pacific. So we have over 24 different languages for you to choose from. We are the largest one of its kind in the United States. A number of diplomats that prior to their departure, they do polish their linguistic skills at our East Asian Languages Department and Literature. And we also have scholars that like to polish their methods of teaching. Even though that your mother tongue may be, let's say for example, Spanish, we will have teachers that want to polish their native tongue, okay? The music department. This is a fascinating field where many times it gets overlooked, but for those of you who continue to have the passion to play musical instruments, also it could be vocal as well. we're globally known for having the largest ethnomusicology program in the United States. So in addition to the traditional, like for example, the piano, the horns, the strings, we also offer many regional Aboriginal musical instruments. The Charlotte College of Business, we have been ranked within the top 20 in the United States. We are particularly strong in international business. Now, for those of you that are interested in this, you will be able to sort of double major in international business along with something else like accounting, management, marketing, and so forth. So our students come out of the program with great knowledge across the board. So if you have aspirations of being on the cover of Forbes magazine, this is a very good choice for you. The College of Education, the world's first ethnomathematics program for primary and secondary teachers. We do have a functional school where our education majors not only learn the methods and being a teacher, but also you intern in an actual classroom. So this has tremendous positive effects on individuals. The Johnny Burns School of Medicine, JABSOM, we're ranked #1 in the National Institutes of Health for the past 3 years. It is a highly competitive program. So, and this holds true also for our School of Nursing. So anything that is health related, there are a number of prerequisites. So I do urge you to take a look at what classes that you need to take prior to applying so that you don't have to spend time taking those classes once you are at the university level. Okay, so this is a list of our different majors which you can choose from. We have over 100 right now. I do see an increasing number of international students that are challenging themselves to like a double major or a major minor. If you look at this list and say, heck, I don't even see a single one that doesn't, really interests me. If that's the case, you can create your own major under the liberal studies program. So you have flexibility across the board. Please take a look at them. And in addition to that, our University of Hawaii at Manoa, it does not frame you to declare a major at the time of application. So once you enroll, take a couple semesters of different classes in different departments. I hope that they are core so that they will work directly toward your graduation credits. And then you'll start figuring out, this is what I really wanted to do. If it is the one that you were thinking, that's wonderful. But if it's something that's brand new, I think it's a discovery for you. Okay, so please explore. The 4 to 6 years of your college life are going to be a tremendous time in your life. So please take a look, be adventurous and creative. Okay, so this is a 3-year timeline of the preparation, which I recommend for all of you. Over here, oops, my laser pointer, okay. In the 10th grade, you should be expanding the types of extracurricular activities. What is extracurricular? So this could be anything from, do you play a musical instrument? Are you involved in student government? Do you do non-volunteer work? Are you in the Girl Scouts? Are you in the Boy Scouts? All these things that complement of who you are. At the time of admission, application, I should say, excuse me, we do like to look at a all-rounded individual. So these are activities that will certainly assist you in your college career. Secondly, plan to take the IB or AP exams. Thirdly, meet with your college advisor early, because he or she will really walk you through the process and the course pathway. For STEM majors, try to take the highest levels of chemistry and math. And this should be the time when you should start looking over and reviewing the different sections for the PSAT, so you can score as high as possible. Okay, jumping to the junior year. Number one, plan campus visits during breaks during the summer. Now it's a little bit difficult and challenging because of the COVID situation, but just like ours, you'll be able to visit us virtually, and we also have numerous wonderful YouTube videos that will give you a very good idea of what our campus life is really like. Number two, take college aptitude tests. Now, the SAT and ACT is optional, so you'll be taking the Toefl, the IELTS. For those of you that are watching us from Japan, we are one of the very few US universities that also accept the ACAN. So Google that, make sure that you schedule these exams early because we super score. A super score means that if you take a particular test 3 times, we are not going to average the 3. We're going to take the highest scores of each section, and that will be your contributed college score. Okay. Also, consider your early college programs. Again, meet with your college advisor to confirm your course pathway. Research scholarships, right? Scholarships are very important. We love giving out scholarships, but you also have to meet us halfway. There are those scholarships that we will award you at the time of acceptance, but there are many others which you have to research by yourself and submit essays and so forth. So take the time. Don't wait until the very end, because there are limits to many of them, and scholarship committees do convene early. So you want your name to be in that hat from the very beginning. So apply as soon as they become open and available. Okay. Check Fafsa. Fafsa is for financial aid. About 72–73% of our entire school population do get some sort of financial aid. So the difference between a scholarship and a loan, of course, is for a loan, it's monies toward your education that you have to eventually give back, right? But for scholarships, this is, I shouldn't say free, but it's monies that it is given to you to enter a university like ours. You don't have to pay it back. The only form of repayment is for you to get good grades and to inspire others in the future. Okay. Start thinking about asking who you want to write your letters of recommendation. I strongly suggest that you get 3 individuals. These can be teachers, these can be sports coaches, these could be mentors that can vouch for you. But I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I think that teachers that really have taught you in core classes like math, the sciences, some of the major social science areas, they will be the ones that will hold the most weight for us when we are reading the letters of recommendation. So ask them early, because I'm sure you're not the only one asking them. Give them ample time so that they can write you a very good letter of recommendation. And don't be afraid to tell them, these are some of the points that I would like you to include in my letter of recommendations because you're going into a particular field. So don't be afraid to itemize a wish list. Okay. Now, the other piece of documentation, which I would really like to see, is the self-mission statement. Now, on the online application, it does say personal summary, but you are able to attach a self-mission statement separately. So you can just send it to our Office of Admissions if it does not fit into that personal essay box. Don't worry about that, okay? Now, what should a self-mission statement include? Number one, tell us a little bit something about yourself. What have I done up until now? Number two, what do I plan to study in college and why? Sorry for the interruption for technical difficulties. So the three things that I was mentioning about the self-mission statement, one was what have you done up until now? Oops. Okay. Number two, what do you plan to study in college and why? And number three is upon graduation, how do you plan to use your new knowledge and contribute back to society? So it's a chronology about yourself. It's a brag sheet. So we want to know everything about you, right? Now, you and I have become friends, but you also have to impress upon two other specialists that will be reviewing your application. So this is a marketing exercise for you, which will greatly complement your application, especially that the SAT and ACT are optional. By you taking the Toefl, IELTS, AGAN, Duolingo, this will assist you. Okay, now for your senior year, you should have your letters of recommendations completed. The self-mission statements should be completed. If you have to retake your college aptitude test, any of them, please schedule and take them within the first couple of months so that you'll have ample time to have the results. Also apply for you seniors right now, the application is now. So our platform is open for you to apply for next fall. For those of you that are juniors and sophomores or even freshmen, think about it as a year-long plan for you to apply to college. There are two deadlines, which I will be going over a little bit later, but the first one is going to be crucial for you. Okay, and the last one is have your school send your official transcripts to our Office of Admissions. So what is the difference between a non-official transcript and an official transcript? Non-official is anything that you self-profess on your initial online application, and official means that it is your school grades, your school transcripts that are sent from your school to our Office of Admissions. So to make a long story short, you don't touch the official transcripts. It is sent directly to us. Okay, this is I love this picture because it really describes a million words in this one photo. In the forefront over here, this is Coconut Island. And this is where our graduate students are boated, and they live here on the island to perform world-class research in coral reef, shark research, and other marine mammals. I do have to clarify that for those of you that take oceanography and with the intention of studying here, no, this is more toward for advanced graduate work. You may be visiting Coconut Island on a excursion, but please don't have the expectation that just because you take marine biology and oceanography in your first semester that you will be studying here. Okay, so this is located on the eastern side of the island of Oahu in beautiful Kaneohe Bay. And this is the Ko'olau Mountains. Just as a footnote, this has nothing to do with your missions, but if you have watched the movie Jurassic Park, you may have seen some interesting mountains. So some of the movie scenes were taken here and also on the island of Kauai. So you may also have seen scenes from Hawaii Five-0 with the Ko'olaus in the back. All right. Okay, so for our College of Natural Sciences, astrophysics, physics, astronomy, we are one of the very few universities in the world that have such facilities. Like I mentioned earlier, a very few percentages of the sky are constantly monitored. So we have a very important responsibility to see what's out there. The black hole was in the news within the last 24 hours because of the 3 physicians, physics professionals who were acknowledged for their black hole research for the Nobel Prize. So part of the black hole was also discovered by our astrophysics team. That's why it has a Hawaiian name to it. Okay, our TIM, Travel Industry Management, about a year and a half ago, they merged with our Charlotte College of Business. So for those that are planning to go into business, you are even empowered more than before because you'll be able to take both the TIM classes and other business classes. Our TIM program is regarded as one of the best and most competitive in the United States. And if you are thinking about becoming a hotel mogul in the future, this is an excellent program for you to become liaisons between the East and the West. Okay, for our languages. I think I talked about the East Asian Languages and Literature Department earlier. We are really the powerhouse, linguistic powerhouse of the Pacific. So we do offer more than 24 different languages at this time. And I'm going to let you in on another advantage. I'm going to assume that most of you are at least bilingual or multilingual. And because our official language of instruction is English, you can use your second mother tongue as your foreign language. So if you're not an engineering major, all the other majors do require a foreign language for you or for a student undergoing the baccalaureate program to fulfill. So you can do one of two things. One is 1 week before your first week of instruction, you can take a placement exam. And if you pass it, of course you're gonna pass it, right? It's your mother tongue. We will waive your foreign language requirement. But I do strongly suggest taking the latter. The second one is for college classes. It starts, there are usually 3-digit numbers. So it starts from the 100 level and goes all the way up to the 800 level for a PhD students. So if you take one 300 level class, which will be equivalent to a 3rd year junior level, it will be taught in your mother tongue. And if you take the class and if you pass it, again, of course you're gonna pass it, right? We will award you with up to 16 college credits for you being bilingual or multilingual. Now, 16 credits, everybody, that's huge. That's like you taking 5 different classes in a lab, and we are awarding it to you toward your graduation. Now for undergraduate baccalaureate programs, typically it's about 120 to 124 credits. So you are that much closer and ahead of everybody else. So I strongly encourage you to do that. Now, if you want to challenge yourself for a second, third, or even fifth language, please go ahead and enroll. It will really enhance your vision of the world when you are able to think with more hemispheres in your brain. Okay. All right, we are one of the very few indigenous campuses here in the United States. So this is our Kamakua Kalani Center for Hawaiian Studies. Your academic advisor will probably encourage you to take a Hawaiian Studies class within the first few semesters of your enrollment. And the two students over here on the right, they are just cultivating taro. The taro is a staple food of the Hawaiian diet. So you will be taught how to cultivate it, how to harvest it, and how to cook it. The students over here are convening in a class, and it's a wonderful program. And there's so few universities in the United States that can deliver this high caliber of instruction. So please become more familiar with our wonderful islands. Okay, for the National Student Exchange Program and also our International Student Exchange Program. After 2 semesters with us, you will be able to explore the world from the University of Hawaii at Manoa. And the beauty of this program is that you can choose to pay for the tuition of the lower. So let's say you want to go to Scandinavia, and if their tuition is lower than ours, you pay for their local tuition, and your credits will revert back to us, and you can continue with your studies here at Manoa. All right, so we have a domestic national student exchange and an international student exchange. Okay, for academic advising, we are here to really assist you to be successful in your academic career. So we're not going to just enroll you and throw you in the deep end and just say, thank you very much for enrolling and see you in 4 years. We will really help you every step of the way. And here are some very important tools for you to utilize. Number 1 is the STAR GPS academic advising. Now, the moment you are accepted to our university, you'll have access to a wonderful online database where it will show you the different types of scholarships. It will show you a breakdown of your tuition and fees payment. It will give you a description of every class that is offered in all of our different departments. So please take a look at it. Now, for our academic advising, you will have access to an advisor the moment you are accepted. So that means you can start speaking to this individual even before you start your classes. You even have an opportunity to take summer classes, so you get a head start, get acclimated with the local Hawaiian culture. So those are all the neat things that you can do. The other thing is free tutoring. If you're having trouble in the areas of math and science and also English, you do not have to make appointments. We have graduate students that are standing by. This semester is a little bit unique because of the COVID situation. But normally, if you have access to the campus center, they will be standing by. There is also a wonderful writing workshop. Now for this, you do have to make an effort. You don't show up to the writing workshop with a blank piece of paper and pen and say, hey, this is my theme, write my paper for me. You do have to make a valid effort, and they will help you polish your writing skills. Okay, for honors, for those of you that know clearly of what you really want to do, we have 3+2 programs where advanced programs, the IB and AP classes, which if you're taking them right now, will have credibility, and we will acknowledge those. For the fast track programs, for example, a typical college program will be 4 years, right? And graduate school will be 2 years. You'll be able to fast track of getting your baccalaureate in 3 years and your graduate school in 2. So this is not available for all programs. So please consult with your academic advisor to see if your area of interest offers something like this. Okay. For student employment, I will get into this after, but normally our Department of Homeland Security does not allow, well, aka immigrations, does not allow international students to seek employment, which means you cannot have a job, but because you are a UH Mānoa student, your situation is a little bit different. I'll go into that very shortly. Okay, for internships, let me take the TIM school, for example, of the Schuyler College of Business. In your 3rd or 4th year, we will place you in the famous Waikiki hotels, and you'll get firsthand knowledge of how they are run. Some of the positions will even pay you while you are receiving credits from the university. Okay, but remember, it's the experience that is invaluable, and you will also be able to establish the network that is necessary for you to for your future. Okay, so let me go over the employments on campus. We offer over 3,000 part-time jobs. And do you remember the STARS GPS that I talked about earlier? On that database screen, you'll see just pages and pages of positions that are available. All you have to do is to apply for them. And if you are given the opportunity to interview and get hired, you can go ahead and start working. Now, during the semesters, you do have a limit of 20 hours per week, but during the breaks, you can increase that to about 40 hours. So it will be equivalent to a full-time job. Okay. Now, the type of positions that are available, it could be teaching assistants in the areas that you have interest in, or it could be something that is totally new to you and you just want to educate yourself. Administrative offices, we from the Office of Admissions, we have wonderful student, they are the tour guides for our parents and prospective students. If you want to polish up on your public speaking skills, that is a wonderful opportunity. Now, if you're looking for something that's a little bit of a quiet environment and you don't want to be bothered too much, we also have positions in the library. Our undergraduate Sinclair Library is open 24 hours, 7 days a week. And it also has a state-of-the-art computer lab, also open for 24/7. Our graduate Hamilton Library is open until 10 p.m. in the evening. And not too many people know, but there's also the UH Law Library, which is very nice in the evenings where you can study. Make sure you bring a jacket because it gets awfully cold in some of our libraries. Okay, now if you are interested in food management, you can also work at the cafeteria and food courts. for research projects, whether they are on campus and off campus, everything is considered a on-campus employment position. So you will have access and be eligible for it. Okay, so this is a very important card for you. This is our Manoa 1 ID card. It not only serves verification that you are a student of UH Mānoa, but also serves as a debit card. So during the daytime, when you're running classroom to classroom, instead of juggling for cash to pay for your cup of coffee or for your lunch, you can input monies through online by way of credit card. And you can just zap this and pay for your lunch. So it's very useful. Number two, you will also need it to eat for access the cafeterias for your meals and for your library card. All right, this will be valid. And take a look at this, the bus. All right, please remember that. Now, Hawaii, the state of Hawaii is regarded as the healthiest state in the United States. And we really believe that a healthy mind and body equals your academic success. So this is our state-of-the-art gym. It is probably the best facility in the state of Hawaii. It is free to you. It is not accessible this semester, but normally it is open from 5:30 in the morning till 10:30 at night. And it has shorter hours during the weekends, but it is open just about every day. All right, so this student right now is on the second floor. We have over 180 machines and free weights. So it's a wonderful opportunity to stay in shape or to relieve stress. There are 2 full basketball courts, 3 volleyball courts. For those of you that want to get involved in intramurals, many of the night leagues will be held here. Okay, getting back to that sticker on the Manoa 1 ID card, the bus. For those of you that may be thinking, oh, how am I going to get around? I want to be accessible. With your ID card, for those of you that have been to Honolulu, you have seen these buses running everywhere. You'll have access to the Oahu public transit system called the bus. All you have to do is show your card and you can hop on and off. Now, there's also a second set of wheels. They're called the Rainbow Shuttle. Again, they are taking a break this semester, but normally they do go into 5 different directions. If you want to go up to Manoa Valley to go shopping at Safeway or Long's Drugs, you just hop onto the bus. It departs right outside our Office of Admissions. And one revolution is about 25 minutes. So there is an app that you can download on your smartphone, and you can see the little bus going around so you can time when to hop on. Okay, now I spoke about the Warrior Rec Center, the Intramurals. For those of you that are athletes, we are a NCAA Division I school. So out of the 4 divisions which the NCAA has, we are D1, meaning we are 1 level below professional. So if the Tokyo Olympics happens next year, you will probably see some of our athletes representing their respective countries. And you might see them on TV or on the news because they have moved on to become professional athletes. Now, in your case, if you feel that you have a particular sport but don't really have that high level or just want to meet new friends, there is a year-round Intramurals program. For example, if you are a volleyball player, you will find 5 other teammates very quickly. You can form a team, whether it's a all boys, all girls, or a co-ed team, and you can compete against all the other on-campus teams. So it's a wonderful way to meet people. For Kennedy Theater, for our off-Broadway original productions, we also have famous actors and actresses that come in from abroad to do productions. These are all free to you with your Manoa One card. Registered independent organizations, I think this is up to about 300 plus. Whether you have a passion, everything from Pokemon to Justin Bieber, you will find people that share the same passion. So at the beginning of the semester, you will find flyers on public bulletin boards where they are recruiting new members. If any of them catch your eye, go ahead and contact them. You'll meet some interesting people. Kaleo is our award-winning newspaper, which is distributed throughout campus and even off campus. If you have an interest in journalism or photography, marketing, this will be a nice way to polish your skills. On a footnote, we also have a radio station called KTUH, and there's also a TV broadcasting station across campus by the Department of Education. So these are all avenues which you can get involved in. Okay, this is a beautiful aerial view of some of our dormitories and apartments. Now, you as incoming freshmen will most probably be housed in one of the 4 round towers called the Hale Aloha Complex. They typically hold about 460 to 465 students. And, but I'll tell you what, because, you know, we have really been challenged by the COVID-19 situation, but one of the positive bright lights of this situation is that each of you who will be dorming will get a single room. This is really the first of its kind in our school history because most of our rooms are made for double occupancy. All right, so let me show you what a typical room looks like. I'm sorry, this is very politically incorrect right now because there shouldn't be so many students in one room, but this is a picture of what a typical Hale Aloha room looks like. Because the dorm itself is circular, your room is pie-shaped. So you have 2 beds, one on each side. You have a continuous desk over here, and you have closets in front of the beds, which you unfortunately cannot see. But you do see here in the middle over here, each room you'll be able to have your own compact refrigerator and a microwave oven. So in addition to the meal plan that you'll be enrolled in, you can also cook up foods on your own. If you want to take it one step further, on the top floors of each tower, we have fully equipped kitchens. So I remember when on a Friday night or weekends, I used to congregate with my friends and we'll have potluck dinners, which were wonderful. And I hope that you'll be able to experience the same. Okay, do any of you like to eat? Of course you do. Okay, so you being a foodie, we have all these different selections. We were actually rated by Forbes magazine as the most delicious food in the United States. We have a customer satisfaction rate of 94%, which is extremely high because the national average is in the low 70 percentile. We have 10 unique dining locations. They are open from 6 o'clock in the morning till midnight. So for you food hounds, there's always something open for you to go purchase. And most of these selections can be purchased with your Manoa One card. Okay. Now for you dormers, it is recommended, well, it is necessary for you to choose one of these meal plans. When it comes to it, I can tell you more in detail, but I've really have not met anybody who would choose like a Prime 19. This is a lot of food. So typically students will select the 10 or the 14, one of these two, okay? So you do see that you do get to choose which meals that you want to use your Manoa One card for out of the week, plus you get points. These points are equivalent to dollars, so you can use these during the daytime throughout campus. We also have an app on your smartphone called the Bite, so you can look at all the menu selections that are offered for that given meal, and you can go to the cafeteria of your choice. Now, being that we are the healthiest state, it also has a nutritional breakdown so that you can keep your figure. All right. Okay. Now, for the admissions checklist, again, the SAT and ACT are optional now. So, but if by any chance you're able to take it, I highly recommend that you do, because it will only strengthen your application. For international students, you can replace the SAT and ACT with the Toefl. If it's the computer version, the IBT, we do look at a minimum of 61. If it's the paper version, the PBT, 500 or more. For the IELTS, 5.0 or above. For those of you who are applying from Japan, you'll be able to take the AIKEN, and please score at least 2A. 2A is a score which is between the sub 1 and 2, all right? Okay, so I touched earlier about the deadlines. These are the two deadlines. Now, if it is possible, I would like you to forget about March 1, forget about it, and just focus on January 5th. Why? Because from mid-January, that's when our scholarship committee convenes and they start filtering and selecting who the awardees should be. So I want all of you to be eligible for all major scholarships, and that is the main reason why I would like you to get your complete application done by January 5th, okay? And if you get a reply from us early, you have the entire summer to relax and do the things that you want. All right. This is our online application email address. And if you go to Meet Your Recruiter website, you will be able to schedule a one-on-one Zoom meeting with me. So you are welcome to meet with me as many times as necessary. For tuition, this is a very important aspect, right? How much is it going to cost me to go to school? Now, these are the three major categories. The number one is for Hawaii local students. So this does not pertain to you. Please look at these two. Now, if you are admitted with absolutely no scholarships and you have to pay everything out of pocket, this is the amount, about $52,000 for one academic year. This includes not only the tuition, but also all the fees, plus room and board, meals, and so forth. Now, please bear in mind that these numbers are inflated. So, but however, this is important that you understand what it costs. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat the cost of American education. It is the most expensive in the world. However, there are many avenues, many opportunities for you to lower your bottom line. So if you do well at your secondary level right now, or if you have taken classes in college and want to transfer to UH Mānoa, you will quickly come down here on a scholarship. And if you seek employment on campus, it will quickly come here and even lower. Okay, so do not be shocked and awed by this particular figure. Yes, $52,000 is a lot of money, but it does not mean you have to pay this full amount. Be creative, start planning early so that you will be able to bring your out-of-pocket cost quickly from here down to here. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, about 73% of all of our students do receive financial aid. So please take a look at Fafsa. There are ones, most of them unfortunately are only for US nationals, but we also have internationally based scholarships and grants. So take the time to look through them. Okay, now let's take a look at some of our substantial scholarships, which you will be eligible for if you meet the minimum requirements. Number one, this is the Manoa International Excellence Scholarship. This is equivalent to over $22,000 a year. So this is given to you every year for 4 years that you school with us. All right, so if you have a 3.5 GPA out of a 4.0 scale, and well, this does not pertain for you applicants because the SAT and ACT will be optional. So what does that mean? That means all the other pieces of documentation, your GPA schoolwork, what you did in school, will weigh heavier. So write down and describe all, no matter how small, write down all the things that you have been doing and that you were preoccupied with, because it will strengthen your application. Okay, look at the deadline, January 15th. If you wait until March 1, your eligibility will already pass. So that is the reason why it is important for you to get your paperwork in by January 5th, okay? All right, this is the IMAS, also known as the International Merit Award Scholarship. This is valued at $16,000. So you remember the 3 categories of tuition. You will start from the one on the right. This will quickly jump you to the middle category. Okay, so you will not see this in the way of cash. Your tuition that is due for payment will already be discounted. So you'll be paying for the middle category amount. Now, if you have over a 3.0, we will be looking at it, but believe me, the higher the GPA, the stronger your application. Okay, I will continue to stress that. This, we are very proud, is now rolling year-round. So for those of you that are planning to enroll for spring instead of fall semester, this will also be available to you if you meet the requirements. Okay, for the International Undergraduate Student Scholarship, if you're going to travel, whether it's to the campus or if you're going away for the exchange programs, this is monies that will assist you, will help you with your travel expenses. Again, look at the deadline, January 15th, right? For the Manoa Academic Merit Scholarships, this has increased actually. I think regardless of the amount, it will help you lower your financial burden. So like I mentioned earlier, it's just because you get one substantial scholarship does not mean that your chances to become eligible and receive more stop there. You can stack, meaning that you can get as many as you qualify for. Okay, so look at them. We have websites that have links to all the different international and domestic scholarships. Okay, you don't have to wait until you physically get here to really get a good feel for how our students lead their daily lives. We are broadcasting from every social media out there. Ever since then, we have included TikTok. So I encourage you, if you haven't done so already, to become a member and take a look at all the wonderful things that our students are experiencing. Now, for this semester, because of COVID, I think many of the updates will be from dormitories or around dormitories. But we continue to be a hybrid school, meaning that we offer classes that are 100% online and hybrid classes and all classroom types. So you can really pick and choose how you want to spend your semesters. Now, I sincerely hope that a year from now, a year and a half from now, the situation will be a lot better, where we will see and hear the students that in the thousands will be walking all around campus and doing their business, all right? So I hope to see you at UH Mānoa. Again, I'm sure you have additional questions now. I welcome you to schedule Zoom appointments with me. Please go to Meet My Recruiter. What I can do is, because I have your email addresses, let me send you the links, okay? And you can schedule it if you want to do that. So apply early, get your decisions early, and start prepping for a wonderful career on our campus. All right, so once again, I apologize for the technical difficulties this morning, but thank you for your time and attention, and we look forward to seeing you on campus. Aloha.